Good morning. Whoa, I heard an echo there. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
I love it. Gotta love lives.
See.
Good morning, Garrison. And
Hello.
Jason.
Yes, I am here. Present.
You are the second watcher. The second viewer. All right. Well, today we're talking about continuing education, workshops, webinars, and wisdom education paths for appliance pros.
Yes.
So this should be a good one. How
100%.
are you? Did you have a good weekend?
Yes. I have two extras. I hear a cat. So I don't normally have a cat here and a dog. So Austin is actually out of town. And so we're keeping his dog and his cat. So Copper and River. The dog is Copper. The cat is River. Yeah. So it's a handful, but they're different dogs and different animals. So something to get used to. We're used to our little chihuahuas and their quirks, and throw in two extra animals. It's just like, yeah. So other than that,
You gotta watch the grandpuppy and the grand kitten.
Yeah. Until the actual real grandkid gets here. So
yeah,
kind of fun
stuff.
That's for sure.
Then the excitement really starts to happen when you have the real grandkids.
Yeah. We're about 10, 11 weeks in, so we're pretty excited, pretty stoked. So
yeah, that's really gonna be cool. Can't wait until my new one's born somewhere around Halloween. So
yeah,
we got a few months. I don't want summer to go by that quick, so I can wait.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll open us up in prayer. We'll get going, and we'll see what we can learn today.
I like it.
All right, dear Heavenly Father, I want to ask you for wisdom. Your wisdom just guides us in so many different ways. I ask that you give us clear thoughts, clear minds, and to help us know the path and to choose the right things to learn from. Give us wisdom and just clarity on things as we learn all these different things that we need to know in our business, whether it's how to fix things and how to navigate marketing and business aspects of all kinds that we have to deal with on a daily basis. I ask you for clarity and wisdom with dealing with customers for all of our listeners, and I praise your name in Jesus' name.
Yes. And if you deal with allergies, Claritin clarity.
Claritin. There you go.
I'm going to go off kilter. I'm not going to use one of the verses that we came up with. I was doing my devotional this morning and I came across Ephesians 4:2. And it says, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. And I'll tell you, as a husband, as a father, as a pet owner, as a business owner, that one's tough. That's one of those spoonfuls of humble pie. There we go. That you got to take in and try to take in everyone. So that's my verse for today. That's what I'm going to try my dangest to live by today. Is be completely
today. Tomorrow you're off the hook.
No, it starts again tomorrow.
Just one day.
Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Ephesians 4:2. So this is Paul. He's writing this to the church in Ephesus, and he's urging them to live in unity. So it's a reminder that our relationships, our marriages, our family, our friendships, our business partnerships, they're strengthened not through control or pride, but through humility, through patience and love. So this is a posture, not just a moment. And it sets the tone for how you can show up in your business today, right? So that's my challenge for you today.
Yeah, that definitely could be a challenge.
Yeah. Eat some humble pie.
Yeah. We all need to eat some humble pie.
Yeah.
Should be part of our regular daily diet.
With some fiber in there so you can get all the crap out of it. My wife says I'm full of crap all the time, so I start the day out with prunes and fiber so I can get the crap out of it.
There you
really
go.
Weird to say, but okay. It sounded good in the moment in my head, but yeah, guess not. Hey,
All right,
what are we talking
moving
about
right
today?
along.
Yeah. It's
Enough
Miralax. That's what
mindless
that's for.
banter.
Move it right along.
All right. So today we're talking about education and why it can't be optional anymore. So
I don't know.
let's get into this.
A couple of middle-aged guys doing a podcast. Yeah. Why not be sponsored by Miralax? Come on, Miralax. Hashtag Miralax, the Service Alliance Group.
Nice. Miralax, if you're listening,
the Service
you know what?
Alliance
Give us a call. We'll gladly take your sponsorship.
By Miralax. Oh boy. Okay.
Mutual of Omaha. You know, any of them.
Hey, Mike, why can't education be optional anymore? Why is
it was when I was a kid. I skipped school all the time, and obviously it shows.
I didn't skip school. I had one of these, like my junior and senior year, I did what they call a work release program. So I had a part-time
they had
job.
those in jails too.
True, but I wasn't a criminal. I from the time I was from 9 to 16, I had a paper route. And at one point I delivered almost a couple hundred papers every day. I took on a couple different routes, but so I was kind of a hustler as a kid, right? Always working, always making my money, buying my Nintendo games and my gaming systems and my all my bikes that I had. Oh my gosh, I went through bikes like crazy. And the Mongoose, Diamondbacks, Murray, but yeah, always worked from 9 to 16. And then during high school, I did work release junior and senior year. So I would go to school half a day. Then I had 5 different part-time jobs at one point. Then after I get done working, I would, so that was enough to manage just alone, 5 different part-time jobs. But then you throw a girlfriend on top of that. And so I go see my girlfriend after I get done working. And yeah, talk about crazy, but education was important, but not as important to me. It wasn't until after high school that I realized how important education was. But that was in the trades, right? So I started doing I joined the IEC, which is the Independent Electrical Contractors, kind of like the non-union union. And I did my apprenticeship through that. So that was a big aspect of my education, was learning on the job and having IEC taught a lot of theory stuff, right? And so it helped me out, and I still use it today, you know. So education is important. So I know with the ever-changing technology, especially in the appliance world, it's changed a lot in the electrical world. Don't get me wrong, but man, the appliance world, it's a whole different ballgame, whole nother level of. You just got to have continuing education going on for this stuff, right?
Yeah, I think it's just going to get more and more technical in the short years to come. Real quick, Saul is distracting us. We're getting some squirrels. He's got some flat tires and nails in his his tires. So
that's good. Thanks, Saul.
Get that fixed, Saul, and go out there and just get in everybody's face.
My ex-girlfriend, be careful, Shayna's watching. I'll tell you this. Shayna was my high school sweetheart. We did start dating in 96, It would have been around April of '97. So we've been together a long time. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with me and my wife.
Yeah.
Long time.
So what are some trainings out there that are like available to teach you on smart appliances?
Well, I mean, you got obviously factory training is going to be the best, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere that the factory's training, that's where you want to be.
Hmm.
Um, there's everybody has online training. Everybody. And if they don't, it would kind of scare me and wonder why,
Yeah.
in this day and age, because there's just so much ease and availability and tools to be able to do that. You know,
I had to write something on my whiteboard. It was like, all right, I got to remember this.
but I mean, now you've got to really consider where everything is headed with
Hmm.
with not just what we call smart appliances. They're all going to be AI. I mean, there's going to be AI everything.
Sorry, Saul's comment that just popped up.
Squirrels.
I don't know about this. So try introducing Shayna as your ex-girlfriend from now on, because now she is your wife. So technically she is your ex-girlfriend. Actually, the way I like to introduce her is this is Shayna. She's been my girlfriend for 28 years and my wife for 27. That really confuses people sometimes for some reason. So
Okay,
yeah.
that would definitely work.
We got a lot of squirrels already this morning.
Oh, so many, so many. Um, what were we even? Oh, AI. Talking about
AI.
AI powered diagnostics and everything that's coming down the track. It's you're gonna see these appliances turn into actual full blown computers. I mean,
Yeah.
full blown computers. They're gonna have their own chips and thought processing, computing power and everything down the road. So if you're one of these people that's just old school and all you want to work on is direct drives and just some old school stuff, and you're not even doing sealed system work at this point, which is pretty mainstream, you're really far behind.
Yeah.
You need to embrace this because it's coming. It's already, a lot of it's already here in
Yeah.
the appliance world. But it's just going to get more and more and more prevalent. I mean, they're building massive, massive data centers in the South. There, Elon has his Grok AI, and he just did a deal with Samsung
Hmm.
for some of their technology so that he could implement that in his new data warehouse that he's building, this massive, massive one. I believe it's in Texas. And who was it? OpenAI just did a deal with NVIDIA for like 58,000 58,000 chips of their AI chips to power their AI, like their super data center that they're building, I believe in maybe Alabama or something like that.
Wow.
But they're building these new data centers that are strictly to power their AI brains, and they need that compute power, right? And that tells me this is not going to go
Wow.
away. It's here to stay. They're investing billions and billions and billions of dollars into this, and all the big names are all in on it. And that's translating directly into um these smart appliances
Hmm.
and how they're going to not only operate, with actually cleaning clothes and detecting things, but also diagnostics. You're gonna have some handheld diagnostic things, and then there's gonna be other times that you're gonna need a laptop. Period. You're probably gonna have to have software on a laptop to be able to diagnose anything. It's just like a car. You know, a lot of the mechanics these days, they have to have a computer
Yeah.
to hook up to the car to diagnose everything and to test things. You're gonna end up being exactly like a mechanic, a high-end mechanic. So if you're not preparing for this and learning what's coming down the track, um, then you're just gonna get hit by that train and run over and splattered. It's it's just that simple. You're gonna get left behind.
Yeah.
And if you're not already thinking about it, you're already behind.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna get more and more and more complicated. Um,
So it's not
I
just,
wouldn't say complicated. It's gonna get more and more technical. Think the
yeah.
shift is already happening.
And if you're not keeping up with all this, it really will hurt your bottom line. So callbacks, right? If you are not keeping up with the latest and greatest tech, you're probably going to end up having more callbacks because you have a lack of up to date training on things, as Mike was talking about. So poor training equals 30 to 50% more second visits or return visits. That's going to be more people ticked off at you because you don't know how to work on this stuff. So what's Dr. Dan saying?
He's saying AI is becoming more like the computer networking and internet in the 90s. It's
Yeah.
exploding. Yeah, it's actually already surpassed that comparison because it's moving so dang fast. I totally agree with you, Dan. Like a year ago, I would have compared it to the 90s internet boom. Now it's the 2000 internet boom only a year later. So everything is like really rapidly moving. So in another year, AI as we know it is going to be so much more advanced than it is right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are doing some crazy, crazy creative things with it. So
However, we're
um
going to be talking about AI. Is it next week? More in
next
depth?
week,
Yes.
yes, next week.
So, as far as training goes, you've got a few listed on here that, yeah, I guess are like trusted um, academies from Service
Yes.
Alliance Group, some that you guys know personally and have dealt with personally. What are some of those that you would say, hey, I think these are some decent ones?
Well, I mean, you got Fred's TMM SSG. Um
TMM. What's
what's
TMM?
that?
What's TMM?
TMM is Brandon's, he's down in Florida.
Ah, gotcha.
Pretty big academy. Um, and then SSG is Mona's um down in Georgia. But
Mm,
anyway, and then Reggie Williams, he just started his own academy,
yeah.
which I didn't have on here. But
Yeah.
it's worth mentioning because he's brand new startup academy. So if you knew Reggie Williams, lean on your rep. Now you can lean on your trainer, I
Yeah.
guess you could say. Um, so shout out to Reggie. He's definitely worth mentioning. He's gonna he's
Always been
gonna
a
make
good
some
dog guy.
waves. But anyway,
Appliance
if
Fix
if
Academy.
these academies aren't updating their training to follow along with this AI, and if you're one of the academies and you're out there listening to this, you need to update your training to make sure that it's in line with all the things that the factory is doing and all this tech that's coming down the track. So um Appliance Fix Academy, that's Reggie's.
Yeah, that's Reggie's. TMM Academics, that's Brandon's. I'll put a link
Yeah.
to a few of these different ones that we're mentioning in the comments here.
Yep. tmmacademics.com. Dr.
SSG.
Dan, speaking of training, Dr. Dan's an excellent trainer and been doing it for years. He says there's also Samurai. That's a good mention. We actually have Appliantology, Master Samurai Tech listed. And maybe Dr. Dan's Academy coming soon.
That's
There's
cool.
a little bug in my ear about that. So we'll see what happens.
Soul says
Brandon at TMM, his sealed system class is coming up in August and he'll be there. I will
cool.
tell you it's a legit class. I have heard that it's legit from many people. And SSG Academy is Mona. She's the owner of that one. Got lots of good trainers down there in Georgia.
This is cool.
And then there's Fred's at academy.fredsappliance.com. And there's many more. There's like Virginia Tech. TK went there and said it was really, really good. So there's quite a few. But these trainers in these academies, they need to start getting up with the AI.
Yeah.
Because if they're not working with the manufacturer to know what's going down and what's coming, they're not going to be able to train properly, or they're basically going to be outdated and their training isn't going to be worth it, right? So obviously you can get a lot of this stuff from the OEM workshops that are available, but you need to start asking yourself what's coming down the pike, educate yourself, and then if you're going to do training, you need to discuss that with these training companies, these academies, so that if they're staying up with it, because you can go there and learn some outdated things and some basics, but is that preparing you for the future? That's the question.
So Mike, there's a lot of 1 to 5 truck shops out here that maybe can't afford to go spend a ton of money on getting trained, right? They want to, they have the desire to. So if they were to budget like 1 workshop a year, 1 training a year, right? And maybe tie those completions to some raises, some bonuses, maybe just some after they get done with the training, maybe some performance stuff that comes up. What are some like low cost options? Maybe even some like webinars or on demand stuff that they could actually get into.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have webinars and on demand workshops all the time. You just need to find out where they're at and go and follow them, and get their schedule and just do some research on that. But the best place that you're going to get that is going to these industry events. Like PSA is coming up in September out in Vegas. That's a big one. There's going to be a lot of manufacturer trainers out there. You're going to have all these different manufacturers all in one place, so you can bounce around and learn from all of them. You can learn your business tracks, all of that stuff in one place. There's ASTI, there's Marcone's event. So there's a lot of different ones out there that are available to you. If you want my honest opinion, if you're looking for a little bit more budget friendly, then PSA is the cheapest one by far. It's by far the cheapest one compared to the rest, and it's a very good quality event. So you'd be able to have a little bit more touch points and ask more questions with the manufacturers directly at these
Mhm.
types of events. So you can specifically find out what's coming down the pike. What do you really need to learn, and um what you should focus on. So I think, obviously there's YouTube, there's all kinds of things out there. Just with YouTube, I'd be a little more careful, use some wisdom and judgment, like we opened with. Ask for some wisdom before you trust a lot of things on YouTube. And it's not that they're bad, but it's going to be very, I guess, it's not going to be very deep content.
Yeah, and I
Um,
will say, outside of the appliance world, there are a lot of other um, trainings that happen. So there's Service World Expo is a big one. We've
yeah,
been to it. We've been part of that one before. That one's really cool. I remember the very first one they had was in St. Louis.
there's
That
the
was really
freedom
cool.
event that Tommy Mello puts on.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh,
you can learn a lot from other industries even.
oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's you can learn a lot by going to these other trade shows that are a little more general service business,
Yeah.
and not so niche focused.
There's another
Um,
one coming up in St. Louis. It's called the Tree Care Industry. So it's the Tree Care Industry Association, TCIA.
mhm.
We'll have a booth at that one. It's right around our corner. It's only 2 hours from us, but it's not just like it's for the tree care world and lawn care world, but they actually have some really cool business classes as well. So to go along with what Mike's saying, go outside of your zone. Like, it's inexpensive to attend, so this is one of those, come check it out. Come say hey to us. And yeah, those types of things. If you can even pick up one little nugget, even from a different industry. I know I've been able to pull in, I've got a bug guy on here, I've got a tree guy on here. So I like to try to talk to those guys as well and give them a few nuggets. But they come on here, even though this is appliance repair focused, right? They come on here because they know I'm going to gain one little nugget here and there. So
Oh yeah.
look at
I
other
mean, we
industries.
interviewed Tommy Mello. He's in the garage
Gosh,
door industry, but the guy's a wealth of information. So
yeah,
definitely go outside the box, because
yeah,
that's the only way that you're going to have some clarity, and you're going to get a better understanding of what others are doing better than most people in your industry.
Another cool thing that I thought about was, I can't tell you how many people I mentored as an electrician over 25 years. The number of men and a few women that actually came through my business that I was able to teach and impart what knowledge that I had learned into them. And there's some of them that have went on to have extremely great businesses. Some of them failed. Some of them that I've actually coached in other parts of the United States. It's neat to see where their business is now. So maybe take somebody under your wings and mentor them, right? So maybe just focus on an hour a week, or maybe more than that. Maybe bring them along with you for a day a week and mentor them into your next manager, general manager, the next owner of your
Yeah.
business. You don't know who's at your business currently.
You need to pass your knowledge along, because that's how evolution of things work, right? We learn from our predecessors. We learn from those, what we call old timers, right?
Yeah.
And they have a wealth of knowledge, and you're going to be that person to someone else. And you should be that person to someone else. So find a mentee that you could have that mentor mentee relationship with, and grow them. You should constantly be growing people. Um, get into, find ways that you can become a trainer, or a speaker at an event, things like that. So you have knowledge that others don't. and you need to pass that along. And I'm a strong believer in that. So, obviously, getting into certifications and long-term strategy stuff, there's tons and tons of different things. You can take the MCAP test through PSA. They're gonna do it at PSA. There's other certifications that they do online as well, and you can take EPA 608 for sealed systems. All that stuff is online, very readily available. Obviously, some of you guys know this, some of you may not, but there's a lot of different ways that you can educate yourself online through official channels and programs. And if you can't figure something out, reach out to us at servicealliancegroup.com. We'd be happy to help you and get you connected with something. Any additional thoughts on any of this, Jason?
That's what you do. You connect people.
Yes.
Any additional thoughts? Wow. If you don't know where to start, just start. I mean, there's a wealth of information right in what we just gave you today. Different academies, different places to go to. So pick one conference to go to this year, and pick one training to take this year. Just one. That's it. Pick the most cost-effective one, or pick the most expensive one, and tackle it. Whatever you can budget, and tackle at least one conference to go to this year and one training to attend this year. That's my challenge.
And I would suggest, if you're a multi-tech group, bring your number 2. Don't go alone. Bring your number 2, and they are going to pick up things that you missed, or you can divide and conquer. As the business owner, you can go to a lot of the business classes, and they can go to the technical training classes. And then, you can obviously learn and get the summary from your tech going to that other stuff, if you need to. But that's one way to do it.
For sure.
Pay your people to learn for you. I mean, you're basically paying them to be there, and you're going to pay them for their ticket. They might as well really learn, and then ask them questions. You should be asking yourself every single day, what did I learn today that made me better?
Yeah.
Not just what you learned, but what did you learn that made me better
today?
Every day.
It's a good day.
All right.
It's good to learn. Couple things before we close out. Don't forget to pay the fee. Simply put, it's free to pay the fee. Just go like, subscribe, share to Service Alliance Group, my office help, and Appliance Marketing Pros on all the different socials, on YouTube, all that good stuff. I'm going to put a little hook out there. If you're in the Southern Illinois area on August 7th, there's a band called Sidewalk Prophets that's going to be at Purpose House. You can go to sidewalkprophets.com and check them out. They're a really great band. They're contemporary Christian. They've been around for quite a few years, and I'm good friends with one of the managers. So I'm stoked about them coming to my hometown. So if you want to come, grab a ticket, come hang out with me, and check them out. Sidewalkprophets.com, August 7th in Heron, Illinois. So a little plug.
Sweet. That sounds like a good time.
It's going to be a great time.
And it's not about the band. It's all about hanging out with Jason. That's what everybody would go for.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's more about, buy your ticket to hang out with Jason. And while you're there, you can see a band.
Yeah.
That's how you promote it, Jason. You're doing it all wrong.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay.
All right.
Mike's going to come down, right?
I know that weekend. That's my birthday's on the 10th. So
yeah, my dad is.
My family's got plans for me that weekend.
Yeah, they got plans for you already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a great Mastermind, August 16th.
Mastermind, August 16th. I'm going to be going fairly deep into some AI things. So you won't want to miss that. It's going to be a pretty darn eye-opening mastermind. Let's put it that way.
And we're talking about
you're going to learn a lot
next week a little bit, but this one's going to go into it very deep. So,
oh yeah, definitely deep. And then I'm going really, really deep because I'll have a much longer period of time on that at PSA. So there's going to be a lot of stuff at PSA about AI. So be there. If you don't have your ticket already, go to appliancerepairconference.com and get signed up, because that is going to be an event that you're definitely going to want to be at. And it is the most affordable appliance repair conference, industry conference of them all. So there's no reason that you can't find a way to get there. Hotels are cheap. Everything's cheap. As long as you don't gamble. So, and I'm not looking to gamble when I'm there. But we'll definitely see you out there if you come, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in to the Morning Grind podcast by Service Alliance Group. Subscribe to our channel and make sure you visit our website at servicealliancegroup.com for appliance repair business resources.